So, I want to kick off today's video with a little question. Do you think that I go through rigorous hours of training, dedication, and so many breakfalls to make content for my YouTube channel? All of that to enter a competition? Or do you think I go through all that for my own self-satisfaction, my own self-improvement, and my own training? You tell me. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kenji Martial Arts. So, after going on about it for a good long time, I finally did it. I went in and absolutely destroyed my first judo tournament. Could not be happier. Won first place in my division. So happy. Just ecstatic, over the moon. I'm still on that emotional high from it, and it was on Saturday. So today I just want to talk through the process, the event itself, etc, etc. So, without further ado, let me get into it. So, to train, leading up to it, I did my usual. I trained twice a week judo, lifted weights on the other days, trained karate once a week. Judo training was at my local club, and then I went to another club, which was actually where the event was actually held, so at least I knew the mat and knew what to expect there. So that's something to hold on to. So obviously I watched my weight, watched myself, and made sure I wasn't eating too much. I was making sure I was exercising regularly, but not too excessively. But yeah, no, it turned out pretty well. I ended up clocking in about 76 kilograms, which put me in the under 80 kilogram category, which was a massive relief because some of these guys in the higher weighted categories were absolute tanks. You do not want to have to be squaring them down on a mat. Anyway, I arrived there on fight day, my first judo tournament, a little bit nervous, trying to find my people from my club, which was good because there was a good amount of us going. Mostly the younger junior and primaries going, but yeah, a couple of seniors including myself, so that's good. And all my coaches were there, which was really great to see. You know, that extra support and the cheering from the sidelines really does help. But the problem that we had was my weigh-in was at 1 o'clock. I didn't end up fighting until like 2:30. No, actually it was until 3. I was waiting around for a couple of hours, which gave me a good chance to talk to some people that I see there, my own people, and good to cheer on the younger students as well, which was fun. It's also quite fun because my head judo coach, he's playing Elden Ring right now, and I've been giving him advice for some of the bosses, and he's absolutely loving it. It's got to be the coolest thing ever when you find out that your sensei is also playing the same game as you. Anyway, moving on. So with the younger students, the main goals of their fights were to either throw them successfully or to pin. They're not allowed to do any submissions or chokes or locks or anything like that. So, but the thing was, and this was a little bit annoying, or quite annoying, it incurred some colourful language from some of the coaches, was that when the students first get onto the mats, okay, as soon as the bell rings, the referee says, go for it, hajime, start, you're meant to immediately go for the standard sleeve and lapel grip, you know, grab the sleeve, grab the lapel, immediately for the juniors. So that's fine, but what happened was one of our students was up against this other lad, and he was not letting him grip. He kept on pushing his hand away, so he wasn't able to grip. Each time he went for it, he just kept pushing him away, which tactically is a sound option, but not for this mat, not for this age group. It made no sense why he was doing that. But the annoying thing was, it was our student that got penalised for not gripping. It's unfathomable what was going through the referee's mind when he decided to penalise the student that was actually trying to play by the rules. Like I said, it invoked some colourful language and some very strong emotions from people on the side, like what the hell is the referee playing at? Which is good when everyone saw that the referee later stepped down and somebody else did the refereeing instead. So everyone breathed a bit of a sigh of relief there. Anyway, to help prepare for this event, one thing that I've been drilling a lot is competition mindset. Get in there, get stuck in, and absolutely just go for it. Don't hold back. Just think win, win, win. I'm winning. I'm getting this. I'm getting the medal. You're not getting the medal. Almost about to say you're not walking out of here, but that was a little bit dark. Anyway, so a couple of hours roll by, and then eventually I get to have my turn to fight. which was fun. So got in there, just got myself warmed up, nice and loose, in the mindset, game face on. It's actually kind of funny because my game face makes me look kind of angry, and the referees were even making jokes saying, you can smile, you know, but no, I didn't want to smile. I wanted to just destroy at that point. So yeah, no, I was off to a bloody good start. Anyway, so in my division there were only 3 fighters, so me, 2 other guys. I had 2 fights, which was good. So first fight, I mean, it's kind of annoying. Both of the guys I was fighting were both taller than me, but I was heavier than them. I was shorter and heavier, which in the spirit of judo would really help a lot here, so that's great. So first fight, again, this guy I was fighting, he's taller than me. Tried to throw each other. I didn't quite remember what happened here, but we both sort of tumbled onto the ground. Now, I have no idea what this guy was thinking, because he was there. He almost looked like he was trying to go for a hold down, but he was just sort of there in front of my legs. I had my guard up with my legs up, so I have no idea what he was doing. Between my legs, all of a sudden his arm just pops up. I don't know if he was going to try and grab a lapel or what, but I see an arm. I literally just thought, are you really giving this to me? You're in my guard. He was hunched over like this. He was on all fours, one arm down on the ground, the other arm was up trying to grab me. I have no idea what was running through his mind, but I saw that arm and just thought, opportunity. Grabbed it, pinned it right to my chest, propped it up against my knee, and just started bending. Went straight for that armbar, didn't even think I thought for a second, I thought, is this guy really doing this? But as soon as I got it, boom, went straight in for it. Now, it's a little bit of a problem there, because in judo, I've been warned by one of my coaches before, if you do put an armbar on, you can't let it extend to the shoulder. You can't make that into a shoulder lock, because that means you're attacking the shoulder and not the joint. The only joint you're allowed to attack is the elbow joint. So he was leaning forward, that was about to turn into his into a shoulder lock as well. Just eased off for a second, which gave him a moment of relief. Just adjusted myself slightly, and then boom, put it right back on again, twice as hard. And he was tapping within 2 seconds. So that big smacking onto the ground. Hear the referee say, "Ippon!" and boom! That's my first win. Unfortunately, my coach wasn't able to film that. No, at this point he was on the other mat, he was cheering on one of the other students, which, and to be fair, the younger students, they probably need the encouragement a little bit more than I did. So I'd rather he go and do that than film me. But he did film my other fight, which I will put into this video in a second. Anyway, so next fight rolls around. Now, I was on a good emotional high from the first fight. So, actually, between the fights, one of my coaches told me, because he knows how I am in club, he tells me, now, as soon as it went to the ground, he knew that it was my game from there and that I'd get the win. Because, well, not a year, I want to say half a year at this point, I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a good few months. But whilst I didn't exactly move up in any ranks, I did learn a fair bit from that training, and that has translated beautifully over into my judo practice. So I'm able to transition and move around quite well, as opposed to judoka, who were great on the ground, but I do find judoka to be very stiff. They're always trying to go for the hold down, they're not looking for the transitions to move into other locks and things like that. It's very, very stiff, very rigid, which gives me the advantage, thankfully. Anyway, I digress. Back to the second fight. So, again, game face on, I just get stuck in, get right into it. Now, I did unfortunately get thrown at this point with an, I think it was an Uchimata hip throw. We go to the ground. Now, and thankfully, I didn't fall directly onto my back. If I did fall directly onto my back, that would have meant he would have gotten the full 10 points, the full ippon. But thankfully, I only fell on my side, which gave him a wazari. Now, that means 7 points, I believe. I don't understand. The max points you can get to win is 10 points, yet wazari, which isn't a full ippon, it's the one below it is 7 points. So you get 2 Wazaris in a fight, it's 14 points. I don't understand it. I had this argument, well, not argument, I had this conversation with my coaches as well. They don't understand it either, but anyway, I digress. So we're on the ground. He's got a hold down on me now, so I have to get out of this. So I just slowly do what I can to shrimp out, get my knee up, and then I honestly don't remember how I did this. I just flipped myself onto my knees. He just gave me that little bit of room, that tiniest little bit of room, that sort of thing that you should never do if you've got a hold down. If you've got the hold down, you put everything you've got into that. You weigh yourself down, you dead weight it, and you secure it. But he just gave me that little bit of room, which gave me enough time to just flip up and get onto my knees into a bit of a turtle position. Now, at that point it was, okay, Toketa, which means the hold down is broken. Stop, mate, get back to your feet. I sort of didn't exactly hear that. I'm still in that mindset of, okay, I'm gonna attack you now. But I was like, oh, why is he standing up? Oh, crap, I've got to go. Because if I didn't stand up, if I kept on trying to fight him, I probably would have gotten penalised. But anyway, okay, we reset. We go back to the centre square. Now, honestly, I'm not paying attention to the score, so I'm just thinking, okay, I'm going to get into an attack. So I did have a bit of a problem with this guy because he was very good at evading me trying to grip him. Even watching my playback of this fight, I've muted the volume for this, but my instructor has kept on muttering to himself, don't overreach, don't overreach, don't overreach, which I kept doing, which wasn't great. But anyway, so he tries to go for a throw, okay. He basically just bumps me along, misses the throw entirely, or rather, I missed the throw entirely. Circle back round, and then all of a sudden, I've got a good grip on his lapel. Very good grip. It was literally just an inch from my chest. It's more or less that part, that thing where he's basically part of you at this point. So where you move, he will move. You move forward, you move back, you move side, left, right, whatever. They'll move with you. He was on one leg, which was already bent, and the other leg was about 2 miles down the road. So all of a sudden, I just grab onto his shoulder, grab onto that lapel, and I just drove down. Okay, not very gracefully, but just drove straight down into it.
Don't overstretch. Don't overstretch. Yes!
Yes! And then all of a sudden, I hear once again, Ippon. Fan-bloody-tastic. That's the second fight done. I mean, from something as simple as that, even it was just a reversal. It wasn't a full-on sweep. It wasn't a throw. It was just, okay, I see you're in a very compromised position right now. I'm going to capitalise on it. Boom. Done. And so, yeah, that's the end of the second fight. I even, like I said, after, I was still up. I got back up. I was ready thinking, yeah, fight again. But then the referee was like, okay, yeah, you've got the Ippon. I wasn't paying attention. I was staring at the other guy. He was like, Ippon, yes, you've got the Ippon. Then I was sort of like, oh crap, he's waiting for me to acknowledge this. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, mate. I just nodded my head. And yeah, that's the fight's done. I mean, I only had 2 fights, but bloody hell, that was fun. Like I said, I've just been over the moon. That emotional high has just been bouncing in my head ever since. It's been a couple of days now, but I'm just still so bloody happy about it. It's actually quite fun. This is actually my first video where I've actually shown anything of me doing judo. Yeah, and this is like I said, it's my first ever judo tournament. I was so happy, and I walked away with gold. Like I said, I've done a few different karate and taekwondo tournaments before, but this is the first time I've ever actually walked away with first place. You know, after the fight and everything like that, just got lots of praise from my peers and my instructors. Going, well done. You know, that was brilliant. You know, I had the opportunities. I took advantage of them. Yeah, true, I conceded a Wazari in the second fight, but didn't really mean it that much in the end. Anyway, so I was driving home as well, just thinking, just replaying the fights over and over again in my head, just trying to remember the little details. You know, I like noting things down. So there I am, just trying to think, yeah, I did this, then I did that, then that happened. Then I just thought, you know, I really want to do this again. You know, I really want another competition fight. And thankfully with Judo, there's another fight like every month, every other month. There's several going on this month. In fact, this weekend just gone by, there were, I don't know, 2 or 3 fights, 2 or 3 competitions at different locations. My coaching team was split amongst them. So yeah, there's going to be hundreds of more opportunities for me to get out there and get back on the mat and fight. But after the initial hype died down a little bit, I just thought, you know, that was good, but I know I can do even better than that. So before I do get to the next fight, I do want to improve my own skills a lot more. I mean, maybe not a lot more, maybe just even a bit, but just to get used to everything a lot better, get more comfortable with it, you know, develop a few more different game plans and strategies. I mean, to be fair, my game plan was really just get in there, get low, and take them to the ground. And if I'm on the ground, my game plan is to make them feel as much pain as possible to get that glorious tapping sound. Anyway, it's going to be a couple of more months until my next judo grading. In fact, it's going to be more or less just over a month at this point. So hopefully I can get that done sorted, and maybe I'll look at a couple more competitions after that. I don't know if I'll probably do one in the meantime. I don't think I've probably got the time, if I'm being honest. But yeah, no, throughout all of this, it's been a ridiculously positive experience. I mean, it'll be positive anyway for the fact that I actually went and did it, but the fact that I went and did it and I came back with first place, I mean, words can't exactly describe it. I mean, this was only a local competition, but it doesn't change the fact that it was a very good achievement for me, and yeah, I'm happy about it. Anyway, I've been ranting for a little bit too long here. More content will be on its way soon. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. You know, please do the usual. Please subscribe. Please watch some more videos of mine. It really does help out my channel. And of course, I wish you all the best with your training. Take care.